I want to thank everyone for attending this morning. My name is Rudy Hayek, and I'm the current president of the Glendora Rotary Club, and I'm going to be your MC for today. The Rotary Club of Glendora and the City of Glendora would like to thank all of you for sharing your morning with us and helping us make this ceremony an inspiring and memorable one. I would just like to ask you to perhaps just, if you could, silence your cell phones so we can have a great experience. And we're going to start off with our ceremony today. Our presentation of colors will be by the Boy Scout Troop 489.
Will the audience please rise? Color guard, advance. Color guard, present colors. Audience, salute. Color guard, prepare to post the colors. Color guard, post the colors. Color guard, honor your colors. 2. Color guard, regroup. Color guard dismissed. Audience at ease.
Thank you very, very much. And now for our Pledge of Allegiance, I'd like to call up Glendora Police Captain Sheila.
Good morning. Please place your hands over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
And if you could remain standing for our beautiful national anthem, it will be sung by Deanna Hutchins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And now our invocation. It's my pleasure to introduce Reverend Ike Graham. He's the executive pastor at Foothill Church, and he'll share an invocation with us.
Let's bow our heads in prayer.
We've got a video.
Father in heaven, your name is holy and great, and you are so unique and so much higher than all of us. And would your spirit be present just as we gather to celebrate these heroes who exemplify God-given virtues. In the beginning you made man in your likeness, so there's a deep, resounding pride that swells up when we see these virtues that were given by you, Lord. Forgive us, God, when we don't acknowledge you with these, and we also don't model that likeness. But would we see you in your Son Jesus and our purpose freshly again, When we celebrate one who lowers himself to serve others, one who lays down their life for another, one who overcomes adversity. And as we celebrate these heroes and their God-given virtues of service and sacrifice, I pray, Lord, that their example would be desired more than what we see around the world today, kind of an idol of the age of comfort and desire of position. Would we desire to love people over position, just as God the Son modeled and asked us to follow that? And lastly, as we gather, would you bless the preparation and words of Rudy Hayek, Mendel Thompson, Judy Chu, Catherine Barger, Lisa Brawl, and Alexa Sanchez as they speak to us? Would they feel your joy and grace? And would their words also spur us on to good works? And now may the Lord of peace himself give you peace at all times in every way. The Lord be with us all. In the name of his Son, Jesus, amen.
Many service groups and organizations have their own versions of patriotic and flag-related commemorations and recognitions. Our Field of Heroes, too, is dedicated to our veterans, active and retired military, and those who no longer are with us, first responders, peace officers, firefighters, for protecting us and our freedoms. Field of Heroes has expanded its inclusion of heroes to acknowledge and show gratitude for those everyday heroes in our lives to whom we are grateful. Those who make a difference through acts of selflessness, unconditional support, comfort, love, and to those who help us get through life's difficulties and sometimes traumatic events. Family members, special friends, professionals, and many more. You can actually see a lot of the tags on the flags that are dedicated to those individuals that include all those categories. So when you have a moment later on, you can walk around and see who's been recognized by many of you. So I would like to now kind of point your attention to the freedom flag. So there are two displays here. There's the actual flag and then the steel display, which I'll talk about in a moment. So the steel display is from the original Twin Towers, and the freedom flag was created by someone I'm going to talk about in a moment. So I just want to give you a little background on what this is. Ray Kearney, you're here, right? Excellent. On the evening of September 20th, 2001, Richard Melito sat in his restaurant in Richmond, Virginia, and sketched a symbol commemorating the events which occurred 9 days earlier. His intention was to create a symbol for display on the wall within his establishment that would always remind his patrons of the tragedy and triumph of September 11, 2001. 16 months later, the freedom flag was created from Richard's vision, and it became part of Virginia's history when it was designated by executive order as the state's official symbol of remembrance, honoring the victims of heroes of 9/11 by then Mark Warner. So I want to describe to you a little bit about what the flag means in all the different colors. The blue background stands for American United of Freedom. The white star stands for all who have lived and died for freedom. The 5 white bars stand for the Pentagon and organizations that protect our freedom. The 2 broad red stripes stand for the bloodshed at Twin Towers. The top red stripe stands for the bloodshed at the Pentagon and Flight 77. The bottom red stripe stands for the bloodshed in Pennsylvania on Flight 93. And the 3 white stripes stand for police, fire, and Port Authority personnel who responded that day and gave their lives. So I'd like you to please join me in recognizing Ray Kearney and the Rotary Club of Azusa for providing us with this freedom flag and the steel display so that we may share with you on this special day and for their ongoing support of our event over the years. So a hand for Ray Kearney. So there's someone else I want to recognize. He's not here. He's one of the very few World War II vets that are left amongst us. And he's actually going to be speaking at our Rotary Club on July 30th. So I want to tell you a little bit about him, just so we can keep him in our thoughts and prayers. His name is Joe Pepe Ciara. He was 16 years old when Pearl Harbor was bombed. He really wanted to enlist, but was too young. Eventually, he was drafted into the Army the day after he graduated high school. Ciara was assigned to an 81 millimeter mortar squad, wow, say that 3 times, of the 25th Infantry Division under General MacArthur. After 9 months of training in New Caledonia and a stop for supplies in Guadalcanal, he and 68,000 men landed at Luzon in the Philippines. He would spend the next 5.5 months involved in fierce jungle fighting, capturing 47 different ridges from over 100,000 enemy troops. Sierra suffered from the effects of malaria for a long time after returning home and faced numerous challenges securing his veteran benefits because of many records that had been destroyed. He finally had to personally travel to Hawaii to secure proof of his service. He is one of the very few surviving World War II veterans and has been awarded 2 Bronze Stars. So as that generation starts to dwindle, we want to make sure that we honor their memory. So I would like to give Joe Sierra a hand. So I'd like to introduce our mayor, Mr. Mayor Mendel.
Rudy, thank you. And it's a honor to be able to speak to each of you on behalf of the council and our city. Thank you for the council. They have been introduced, but thank you for being here. The city really appreciates everything that the Rotary has done. I want to especially say thank you again to Gary and his team. Gary's hiding back there in the shade. But Gary, thank you for all of the hard work that you and your team have done to put up these flags. Rudy, thank you for all of the leadership that you have given to make this day a special day as we pause and give thanks for those that have affected us. I also want to say thank you to some of the elected officials that are here. I know that Dennis is Azusa. Dennis, thank you for being here. And April is Arcadia. Thank you for being here. And Karen is Pointe. Thank you for being here. Now I've lost all sound. But thank you for once again for being here. I also want to say thank you to our very good friends from the county, the state, the national level. You're going to be hearing from some of them, but they are partners with everything that our city does, and I want to say thank you to each one of them. I know that Mrs. Chu was out here probably a year ago now and gave us a very nice check for our urban trail, so we want to say thank you to you for that. Catherine is always fighting for us as well as the state, so I want to say thank you to each one of them. I also want to say thank you to each one of you who supported each and every flag. There's names that are affixed to each flag, and these are folks that have affected each of our lives. They weren't about self or building themselves up. They were about sacrifice and service. And the sacrifice and service has led us to celebrate our nation's birthday as we have just done. And I just want to say thank you to each and every one of them for the memory that they give us, for the steadfast courage that they have shown us, and for the sacrifice, as I've said, that they have given us. I also want to say thank you to those that are serving now. The million women and men that stand between us and really some bad folks. I want to say thank you. Police, fire, that are on guard, standing for us 24 hours each and every day. Thank you for the service that you give to each of us. In closing, I just want to say thank you to each one of you for taking your time to be out here, to represent them, to acknowledge them, to say thank you to each one of them. May God continue to bless us. May He bless our city, our county, our state, and most of all, nation that we certainly love. May His hand continue to lead and guide us. Thank you once again for being here. Thank you for everything that Rotary's done. And may you have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Congresswoman Judy Chu. She represents the 28th Congressional District and was elected in 2009. Representative Chu currently serves on the House Ways and Means Committee as well as many other responsibilities. Chu was first elected to the Board of Education for Gabby School District in 1985. From there, she was elected to the Monterey Park City Council, where she served as mayor 3 times. She then was elected to the State Assembly and then California Board of Equalization before running for Congress in 2009. And then she became the first Chinese American woman elected to Congress. So please join me in welcoming Judy Chu.
Thank you, Rudy. I'm Congressmember Judy Chu, and I want to thank the Glendora Rotary, President Rudy Hayek, and Mayor Mendel Thompson for having me at today's annual Field of Heroes ceremony. I am just so in awe of this incredible, beautiful display of 400 flags that I understand took nearly 12 hours to put up. And I am amazed by the dedication and also the muscle power to do all of that. So can we give a round of applause to Gary Boyer and also the whole Rotary Club for doing this? Well, today we honor the heroes who walk amongst us every day. And there are so many, whether they are healthcare workers, veterans, or brave first responders like the Los Angeles County Fire Department and the Glendora Police Department who are with us today. It's clear we are surrounded by heroes. I want to thank you for taking the time to recognize these heroes who are here to support us in our darkest moments. I'm especially cognizant of this because of the shooting 1.5 years ago in my hometown in Monterey Park when a gunman murdered 11 people in the worst mass shooting in LA County's history. In the aftermath of such bloodshed and horror, it was those first responders from all over LA County who stepped up when we needed it most. I will never forget the responsiveness and quick action of the police officers, the EMT, and the firefighters who saved the lives were those who were gravely wounded, but also captured the gunmen within 1 day. I will never be able to thank them enough for what they did. I know that we have so many reasons to feel gratitude every single day, and here in Southern California, many have been faced with the horrible realities of fires in our backyard. Right here in Glendora, the Colby fire in 2014 put so many homes at risk, and the Bobcat fire in 2020 was one of the worst in Southern California's history. But our brave firefighters answered the call, ran into the flames, and put their very lives on the line to help protect us all. We need to do everything we can to make sure that these heroes are working in safe conditions. And that is why I have requested $2 million in federal community project funding next year for a joint fire training center between the city of Arcadia and the U.S. Forest Service. This will ultimately help the entire region. It will conduct realistic multi-agency training to improve response times and effectiveness in handling various scenarios that firefighters may face across the San Gabriel Valley and in the mountains and right here in Glendora. For the heroes who bravely served our country as part of our armed services, we are here today in their debt. And that is why I have made it my mission in Congress to ensure that the veterans in our region have the resources they need in civilian life. For years, our region faced a serious lack of resources for veterans who often had to spend hours driving downtown to Los Angeles downtown or to West LA just for outpatient care. And that is why I fought so hard alongside veteran service organizations to bring a VA health clinic to the San Gabriel Valley. And since its doors opened in 2019, the San Gabriel Valley Health Clinic in Arcadia has quickly become one of the most popular in the VA system. The incredible work this staff does is enormous. They provide primary care, emergency care, dental care, mental health treatment, physical therapy, and so much more. And the best part is that the VA has set in motion plans to establish an even larger clinic in the coming years. This clinic takes on additional importance because they are newly eligible for benefits, and it's because of the PACT Act. For the years, those who were deployed overseas were exposed to toxic chemicals such as burn pits, and they struggled to receive the disability benefits that they should have had all along. So I was thrilled to vote for the PACT Act, which President Biden signed into law. It finally allows our veterans to receive benefits from the VA for 23 toxic exposure-related conditions, including those who were previously denied benefits. This includes exposure to burn pits and also Agent Orange. Since its passage, the PACT Act has been remarkably successful, and the VA just announced it has approved over 1 million PACT Act claims, including 900 just from this district. But we still need to make sure that every veteran who is eligible does make their claim so that they can take advantage of the resources available to them. So I want to thank the Glendora Rotary again for hosting today's wonderful event, and thank you to all the heroes who walk amongst us. We're indebted to you always. Stay safe and have a wonderful 4th of July weekend. And let me present a certificate of congressional recognition to the Rotary Club of Glendora. Thank you for this incredible Field of Heroes Independence Day ceremony.
Our next representative. It is an honor to introduce Supervisor Catherine Barger. She represents the Los Angeles County 5th District and was elected in 2016. And she currently serves as Chair Pro Tem. Catherine started her career in politics when she became an intern for the then Supervisor Michael Antonovich in 1988 and became his Chief of Staff in 2001, then successfully ran for his seat in 2016. When he retired after 32 years, Supervisor Barger has been a strong advocate for veterans, foster children, and is passionate about addressing the county's mental health system and homelessness. I'd like to invite Catherine Barger.
Thank you. Before I start, I look over and see our incredible LA County Fire Department. I want to thank you. I know it's been a tough weekend up in the North County. We've had some fires, but thank you for the work that you're doing each and every day, especially during the holidays with the 4th of July and the fireworks. So let's give them a big round of applause. And I know I'm biased, no offense to Alhambra, Arcadia, who else is here? County Fire is the best. No rivalry, no rivalries. It is an honor to join you for the 6th annual Glendora Rotary's Field of Heroes. This powerful display celebrates our county and our country's independence and honors the heroes of our communities. It is an extra special event that allows residents to get involved by purchasing flags to display at City Hall and Gladstone Park. And I think that is what is so amazing about Glendora. Glendora truly is a throwback to when community truly was about helping one another and celebrating what an incredible country we live in. This commemoration pays tribute to all who serve and strengthen our community, military personnel and veterans, first responders, educators, and healthcare workers, all of whom have dedicated their lives to a greater cause. The Rotary's motto reflects the same mission, service above self. Thank you to all who have prioritized the needs of others. I can't help but reflect on what makes our nation and neighborhoods so special, and that's our freedom. May we never become desensitized to the bravery and determination that is required to gain and to maintain our freedom. Independence Day invites us to remember how far our country and communities have come and to imagine a future filled with endless possibilities. It's also our collective responsibility as a community to continue to do right by our veterans, service members, and their families. While we can never fully repay the debt of gratitude we owe them, we can do our part by ensuring we connect them with the support they've rightfully earned. As part of my commitment to strive toward this goal, I am proud to serve veterans in my local field office twice a week. Through our Department of Military and Veterans Affairs, we have 2 veteran service officers available to connect their fellow veterans with the resources and funds that might be needed, even though they may not even know that they are available. Last year alone, we served more than 1,000 veterans through my San Dimas office. This program has been so successful that it has now been expanded across the region. There is now a Veteran Service Officer station at Monrovia Public Library and the LA County Library in Laverne to connect with veterans all over the East San Gabriel Valley. And let me tell you, the health center that you mentioned, Congresswoman Chu, has made a huge difference in our veterans and their families' lives. So I want to thank you for the work that you did to get that done. In addition to this program, I've also authored motions to bolster our Veterans Peer Access Network. I've always believed that peer-to-peer model works best. We've expanded the program this year to strengthen its focus on mental health care, something that I am truly passionate about. This is a long-term effort to ensure that we do our best to route veterans to the correct services and benefits and better leverage our partnerships with CalVet and with our VA. These initiatives illustrate our shared commitment to make sure we are extending a helping hand to those that have served. Though we can never fully repay them, the best way we can show them our thanks is by connecting them with every single resource available. This work is strengthened by incredible community partners who do their part. I especially am thankful to the Rotary for all the work that you do in Glendora throughout the entire year. Under the leadership of the incredible Rudy Hayek, I heard your organization was just awarded the 2024 Nonprofit of the Year by the Glendora Chamber of Commerce. This well-deserved recognition shines a light on the amazing efforts of your accomplishments to make our community better and brighter. I know you don't do this work alone. There are many terrific partner organizations who come alongside you to serve this incredible community. The amazing groups that Rotary is recognizing today show the power of working together and the power of partnerships. The Glendora Police Department Explorer Program, the LA County Fire Department Foundation, Azusa Pacific University Office of Veteran Services, and Citrus College Veteran Success Center. You each offer a wonderful example of how we can do our part to make a difference. Thank you for all that you do and for showing up for our residents in ways big and small every single day. I am proud of the incredible efforts underway and look forward to our continued work together. We have a lot of work to do, ready, willing, and able. And with that, I have a proclamation as well to present to the Rotary Club of Glendora for the Field of Heroes Independence Day ceremony. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lisa Brault. I am the district representative for Senator Anthony Portantino. Unfortunately, he can't be here this morning, but I am thrilled to join the Rotary and all of your community leaders to celebrate this unique and inspiring event. On this auspicious day, we celebrate the heroes in our community, whether they be veterans, military members, healthcare heroes, or the special hero in your life. The flags around us represent and pay tribute to all of their service and their sacrifice. I am truly touched to be included in this celebration. Thank you. And I also have a certificate of recognition for the Rotary.
Thank you so much. My name is Alexis Sanchez, and I am honored to be here on behalf of Assemblywoman Blanca Rubio. Thank you so much for the Glendora Rotary Club for this Field of Heroes. I love the heroes term because it's an umbrella term for anyone that puts others before themselves. So thank you so much, and on behalf of Assemblywoman Blanca Rubio, thank you for your service. Thank you for the healthcare workers and the families behind them.
So I'd like to invite our elected officials or their representatives to join us back up here so we can honor our 4 recipients. So we're going to start with the LA County Fire Department, Fire Station 151, Battalion Chief Dustin Robertson.
Go in front.
So the proceeds from the Field of Heroes is divided into 4 organizations, and the fire department is one of the organizations. So we have a check for you. You're very welcome. And next, from our APU Office of Military and Veteran Services, Everett Brooks. Yeah, you might as well just stay up here. I just want these checks to fly away.
Yes, Susan, like getting right in the middle. Push everyone out of the way to get it. She's in. Yes, Susan, she's in.
Our awesome Glendale Police Department.
Glendale.
And
But the Glendora Rotary can't say Glendale.
I'll be fine.
Behind nobody sees it. Yeah. I'm not even going to use this photo. It's just behind the scenes shots.
Citrus College Foundation. You have somebody from there? Yes. Come on up. Both of you.
The guy was from Azuga. Yeah. APU. This one's Citrus.
So I want you to reflect on these 3 words: service above self. Those 3 words have been Rotary's motto from the early days of its founding in 1904. It's simple, direct, and speaks volumes about what Rotary's mission is about. Service is taking action to create value for others. And that's what Rotary as an organization is about. And at the club level, Rotary is a premier global organization with over 1.4 million members. And there are 46,000 clubs around the world in 220 countries. We're a pretty big deal. So our little club here does a lot, but our tentacles go out into the rest of the world, which is really amazing. We do international projects as well. In our Rotary Club of Glendora, we have 44 dedicated, creative, selfless members who do their part to make a difference in our community, and we've been doing so since the club was started in 1956, a year before I was born. Do the math. So what is a Rotarian? A Rotarian is a person who digs wells from which they will never drink, a person who vaccinates children they will never meet, who restores sight for those they will never see, who builds houses they will never live in, who educates children they will never know, who plants trees they will never sit under, and who feeds hungry people regardless of race, religion, and politics. And with all that in mind, events like this don't just happen on their own. So, speaking of service above self, I would like to give a special thank you and recognition to 4 Rotarians who have made this event happen and who do it every year. Coordinating counselors, community and civic volunteers, assigning tasks, following up with sponsors and social media, countless hours of organizing logistics, installing and pounding the flags. You should see them do this. Printing the flag name tags, and so much more behind the scenes stuff. Again, more and more service above self. I'd like you to join me in recognizing these 4 dedicated Rotarians. Gary Boyer, Kathy Boyer, Mr. Gene Morrell, and Mr. Joe Sino. Please stand, unless you're already standing, please be recognized. So if you want to know more about Rotary, our Glendora Club, if you want to support our causes or participate in our projects, everybody should have a program. There's lots of information on there. You can go on our website, etc. So that's my Rotary plug, and I hope I was able to communicate to you what all of this is really, really about and why we're so passionate about Rotary and serving. Service above self is really what we each live by in our personal lives as well as Rotarians. And I know this is what you all do, and this is why you're here. We really, really appreciate your time, your sacrifice, the heat, staying in the heat. And so, unless there's anything else, I'm going to say goodbye for today. And I want to thank everybody for coming.